Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite design coins, the Mercury dime. 90% silver dimes. I absolutely love these coins. Cannot wait to fill up my Mercury dime collection books. It gets expensive, but I'm going to fill them up eventually someday. So let's look at what makes these coins valuable, what you should be looking for on your Mercury dimes that can give them some value. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. Alright, so starting off with the 1939 D mint mark. The first thing you want to look for is a repunched mint mark. You see that D mint mark being repunched. You can see it there at the bottom of the D, really. So always look for that with your USB coin microscopes. I have those available on couchcollectibles.com. Actually just did a whole video on the microscope, so check that out on my channel. And we also want to look for a double die obverse. So doubling taking place on the date. Look for that doubling there. You can really see it there on the 1939 date of the Mercury dime. So first, let's look at some different prices here. This is the 1939 D mint mark. Again, the D mint mark is going to be there on the reverse of the coin on the bottom. And this coin is graded at a AU 55, so about uncirculated 55. And this coin sold for around 10 bucks, so nothing really valuable. But if we look at the same exact coin that is graded by PCGS at a mint state 69 with full bands, which I will show you a picture of here in a second. And this coin has some amazing, crazy toning to it, man, just awesome. This coin sold for over $9,600. So a $10 coin to a $9,000 coin, huge difference. Now the full bands, here's an example of full bands. I've explained that in some of my other Mercury dime videos. So if you want to screenshot this, here's an image of what full bands actually is and looks like. Now if we move on to the 1939, you know, we just looked at that D mint mark, that repunched mint mark. This coin has that repunched mint mark, and it is also graded at a mint state 65. This coin sold for over $75. This coin here actually sold with it together for $75, so two of them together, so really around a $30 coin. So, you know, not too valuable really. So mint state 64 for this one and a mint state 65 for the other one. Now we also looked at doubling, the 1939 date being doubled. This coin here is actually the proof coin that has that doubling. It's graded at a proof 65, and this coin sold for over $300. Speaking of proof, here's a good example of a proof 67 grade. Man, this is absolutely flawless. Definitely do not have anything like this in my collection. This coin sold for over $4,000. $4,000. Now for the 1939 high grade, this coin here sold for over $10,000, and again, it's because of the condition. The grade, you know, it's graded at a mint state 68 with full bands, so that is what's going to give it all of its value. Again, different prices for the 1939. This is the S mint mark. It's graded at a mint state 61, so still pretty good grade, but only sold for around 15 bucks. But if we go to the coin that is graded at a mint state 67, full bands, comes out of a, you know, famous collection, this coin sold for over $4,000. So huge price difference there for the 1939 Mercury dimes. Check out these other Mercury dimes that are worth money. Let's first look at this high graded coin here. Now this one does not have any types of errors or anything. It's just solely valuable because of a high grade. It's graded at a mint state 68. It is the 1941 D. So if you're not familiar with the Mercury dime, the D mint mark will be right there at the bottom, or the S mint mark will be there right to the right of the E. So right there to the left of the torch and to the right of the E, you will see that mint mark. Now this coin here sold for over $3,200 because of the high grade. Next up, now this is what you really want to look for on your 1941 Mercury dime. Get you a USB coin microscope on couchcollectibles.com and you will be able to see your coins up close like this. Now you want to look for doubling, so a double die obverse, a DDO. Look for that on all the lettering as well as on the date. Now if we look here at this one on the date, you can really see the doubling there, and you really see it on all the lettering. I mean, look at the top of the T there on trust, very visible doubling there. Now also look for that on the initials, as well as look for doubling on the back, on the reverse of the coin. So you see that here on the lettering OF, and you will also see that on the word America. So you can really see it there at the top of that R on America, that doubling taking place. So look for doubling, double die obverse, and a double die reverse. Now this coin here actually has doubling on the front and the back. So it's got the DDO double die obverse and the double die reverse. So because of that and because of the high grade, this coin here sold for over $195. Now if we look at this coin, this is a 1941. You can tell that it's been circulated. It's not at a high grade. It's graded at a very fine 35, but it does happen to have that double die obverse on it. It's sold for a little over $25. So you go from a $25 coin to almost a $200 coin just because of the condition of the coin. Here is an amazing and very expensive coin. This is a 1941 dime, silver dime, that has a high grade and some amazing toning to it. Now this coin here, because of the high grade, sold for over $7,000. Now for the S mint mark, there is a large S, which we can see here, and a small s, which we can see here. So large S, small s, there's the difference between those. Now this is a 1941 proof. Before we move on to the S mint mark, here is a 1941 proof graded at a proof 69. Again, some amazing toning to it. And this coin here sold for over $11,000 because of that high grade. Now, first, this is a 1941 small s that has a repunched mint mark. So if you want to see your coins up close, like I said, get that USB coin microscope. Here is a few examples of that RPM on the S mint mark for the 1941 silver Mercury dime. And that is super, super important, because here is the 1941 S that has that RPM, that repunched mint mark, and this coin here sold for over $480. It also does have that high grade with it as well. Now you've seen that large S. Here's an example of a 1941 S that has the large S. It's graded at about uncirculated 53, so it's not the highest grade. If it was a mint state condition, it would be a lot more valuable. This dime only sold for around $25, so nothing too valuable there. Also, don't forget to always look for the 1942 over the 1941 date. So I have a whole video on the 1942 Mercury dime. Be sure to go check that out. You can see that 2 over the 1, and you see how the 4 is over the 4. Really would love to find something like that, because they are super, super valuable. Now also for the 1941 S, this is one without errors. So this coin here is just solely valuable because of the high grade, and this dime sold for over $17,000. This is a repunched mint mark. These are a couple examples of a repunched mint mark taking place on the 1940 Mercury dime. So get you that coin microscope, you will be able to see if you have a repunched mint mark. Now also, there is the 1940S, the San Francisco minted Mercury dime. Alright, so you can see that there's also an RPM here taking place on the S mint marks, so always be on the lookout for that as well. Here is an example of a 1940S. Now it didn't sell for a lot of money or anything, but it is that RPM, that repunched mint mark. This coin here sold for a little over $25. But if we move on to some more expensive coins, here's an example of a 1940 double die obverse, a 1940S double die obverse. So here is that coin. It is a 1940S double die obverse. This coin here only sold for around $48, so it's not super expensive, but let's seriously move on to a more expensive coin. Alright, so here is a 1940 that is a very, very high graded coin. So it is graded by PCGS at a mint state 68, and it has full bands. Now because of this high grade and the full bands, and it's got some really nice toning to it, this coin here sold for over $9,900. Alright, so if we look at a 1940D here, now this one has glue residue on it. It only sold for around $10, but if we look at the same exact coin, the 1940D, this one here is graded at a mint state 68 with the full band, so it's in excellent condition. So this coin here, because of that high grade, sold for over $1,900. Again, if you look at a 1940S, this is graded at a Mint State 61. It only sold for around $10, a little over $10. But if you look at a 1940S that's graded at a Mint State 68 with full bands, this coin here sold for over $9,000. A $9,000 silver dime. This is one of my favorite coins of this video. Really some amazing toning on it. You see that rainbow there. This is graded at a proof 69. So this is the 1940 proof Mercury dime. Really excellent condition. Love this coin. This coin here sold for over $11,700. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I will see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.